Alright, so leave me alone. That's not complicated. Natalie and I were after the same exact thing. The difference is, I was trying to be an adult about it. While I was being assaulted. While I was being threatened. While I was being accused of things that I did not do. So, I took the campaign on the road. I went to Boulder to get the fuck away from those people. Boulder is my sense of safety. That's where my friends live. But when I got there, I didn't get to run into my friends. I ran into the crackheads first. Customers of Matty Boas. Now, while my name was being slandered by people who weren't even there, and this is what this whole thing is based on, this whole video. While people were slandering my name and assaulting me and threatening my life over things that I didn't do, the police wouldn't do a goddamn thing about it. And when I tried to talk to my friends about it, they wanted to tell me pretty words. They wanted to talk over me. That's why not a goddamn one of them was aware of the fucking situation. I tried to inform them, but they were busy talking over me like Shannon Alvarado. And like Shannon Alvarado, I eventually gave the fuck up. If you're always going to talk over me, always, every time, you're going to go out of your way to throw your goddamn assumptions at me, we're going to have an issue. You're not going to be able to help me because you can't get past your assumptions. I had that issue everywhere. I have to deal with people's goddamn assumptions. And then, not just their assumptions, but when they want to go out of their way to be mean and cruel and evil and use shit that I didn't get to defend myself against to try to shove it in my face. I either agree with you or you call me a child molester, or you call me a rapist, or you say I only wanted sex from Natalie. You fucking piece of shit, Amanda Engeline. Roast in fucking hell. You're a piece of shit. I hope your mom dies so that you lose your income and you have to be a prostitute again. See, I said prostitute instead of whore. Did you like how I said that? Now, she didn't want her personal business out there, I'm sure of it. But then again, my personal business was twisted. Things I didn't even do and never, ever was allowed to defend myself against. Ken and Leah stole all my goddamn money. All of it. Now people want to pretend like I lit that fire over at their house because of that. That's not why. I lit that fire to try to force the fucking cops to do their goddamn job. To try to force an outside agency to take a fucking look. But the officers went out of their way to not hear that part, even though I said it fucking repeatedly to them. But they magically forgot to record it. Imagine that. That's because they were covering for other officers. It's bullshit. Now, these people who threaten to kill me have not done so. That pisses me off. When I called Tim in and was trying to talk to the police about that, it's because he didn't show up to fucking do it. If his bitch ass had kept his word, I wouldn't have gone to the cops. When Chris Kurth was threatening me, you know what? I didn't go to the cops. I gave him days to fucking do something, to keep his word. He did not keep his word. And that's when I went to the police. Now, Dan Fabert wanted to get his panties up in a bunch because I called him an asshole. I called him an asshole because he took sides without finding out the situation. He didn't just take sides. He did it directly on my Facebook without asking me what was going on, affecting public opinion. Yes, that pisses me off. If you aren't going to make any goddamn effort to find out what's going on, and you're automatically going to assume that I'm wrong, don't fucking send me your money, bitch! Dan Faber, you filthy goddamn cunt rag! You're a stupid, stupid snatch! Then people want to defend him. Fuck them. Fuck every goddamn one of them. Shannon wanted to go off in that phone call. She probably spent 15 minutes talking about how Dan money. No, your money doesn't make a goddamn bit of difference if you can't listen. Your money is doing no goddamn good if it's not helping me, if it's not going to help me. Now, his money helped me to get tires on my vehicle, and I'm grateful for that. And not just tires on my vehicle. It helped me to get a phone so I could communicate with people, and that made it a lot easier. That helped to alleviate a lot of my fucking stress. But at the same time, all of the help that he gave me, he threw away and did more damage than good by assuming and going straight to my Facebook instead of asking me directly. Because he's a piece of shit. People think that because they threw money at me, it makes it okay. No, my dad spent probably close to $2,000. Wasted money. Alright, not him entirely. It was close to $2,000 between him and this guy named Russell, who's a good friend of mine. Most of that money was after I left because I kept getting stranded between Washington State and here. Because this fucking vehicle, when it's cold out, eats a shit ton of fucking oil. I have empty container after empty container of oil in here. Now, my medical records would have cost less than $200 to get all of them. Less than $200. But my dad didn't want to make any effort towards that. The money that he's willing to spend, he's only willing to spend if I jump through the hoops that he wants me to. Never mind the fact that that $2,000 was wasted and put me in a more fucked up position than I was before I went to his house. Shannon wants to pretend like I left her house because my dad had a Jeep. No, I left her fucking house because she's an alcoholic who wouldn't stop screaming. And she wants to talk about my earphones. Let me tell you something. This tone right here, if you're arguing with somebody in this tone right here, and I have my headphones in, I can't hear you. But if you're screaming, the headphones aren't doing me any good. And it's the tension that's there. As soon as I take out my headphones, as soon as I go to the bathroom, I'm hearing you screaming. Even with the headphones in, with the door shut, I can hear Shannon and Rick screaming at each other. I have to make phone calls to fucking cops. But these people want to assume, and that assumptive bullshit is what shuts me the fuck down. I shouldn't have had to go to those places. I should have been able to take the money that I had from disability and gone to court and shown in that very first court date. I should have been able to go in there. I should have had the money to go in there and show Natalie and the courts what the fuck these people were putting me through. But I didn't have the money because Ken and Leah fucking stole it. And then I should have had the money to be able to get myself a safe place away from Ken and Leah after they stole my money. But without that money, I couldn't. And then with Natalie disappearing, that ate up all of my fucking money after that. Going from place to place to place for people's empty goddamn promises. You have any idea how much money I spent at Tabby's house? Graham wants to bitch about $68 goddamn dollars. $68. I spent over $1,000 just on rent there. I spent at least $300 on marijuana. Why did I spend all that money on marijuana? Tabby wasn't smoking any of it. Graham was. And Josh was. And I was. Right now, I could sure as fuck use a bowl. I am stressed the fuck out to the max. And marijuana helps me nearly instantly. Now, when I'm in a stressful situation and having to deal with assholes, that's when marijuana helps me. There's 2 medications that are supposed to help me with my anxiety, right? 2 different types. Now, there's all sorts of different drugs that are in those 2 types, but these are people with chemical problems, not people with situational problems. See, these drugs aren't going to get me the money to do the things that I need to do for myself. These drugs aren't going to get me a lawyer. These drugs aren't going to get these fucking cowards to be honest. Lucky me, I have screenshots of all of it. Unlucky me, I don't have a place to show it all. I can't do it on Facebook, it'll get taken down, and I'll get put on another 30-day Facebook ban. Fuck Rose Kelly, she could kiss my ass. She didn't do anything illegal. Danica did. Shelly did. Alicia did. Ted did. Their friends did. But Rose didn't actually do anything illegal. Matter of fact, she was more helpful than hurtful. Now, instead of me being able to go to court and deal with this as an adult, these people played head game after head game after fucking head game. And then because they had other people play these head games for them, other people threaten me for them, they are magically absolved of their sins. Fuck those fake-ass goddamn Christians. There is no Jesus in them. Now, there's supposed to be professionals who deal with this, who protect people like me from this exact situation. However, I was between those people. See, Tamara had quit her job in Nebraska. That's the reason I stopped going to my therapy in Nebraska in 2017 and started getting it set up in Colorado. It was too expensive to keep on going back and forth to Nebraska for therapy when I could get it set up in Colorado. But I did get it set up in Colorado with Kara Heller and Jeff Ritter. And those 2 people could come forward and be honest at any point in time, but they won't. They're fucking cowards. That's because Jeff did things he shouldn't have done. And he knows that he shouldn't have done them. And he doesn't want the consequences. Because all of these people, the things that they did wrong, fucked my life up. And they don't care. They're afraid of the consequences. Me, I would have preferred to just have a one-on-one conversation with Natalie on my birthday in 2016. When that didn't work, I would have preferred for Maddie not to go spreading rumors about me, and for Natalie not to go spreading rumors about me, and for her family not to spread rumors about me, and for Maddie's customers not to be threatening and harassing me over those fucking rumors. At that point, I would have preferred to go to the police, which I did. They fucking ignored me and blew me off. When I was in Chapel, Nebraska, getting threats on the internet. I would have preferred for the cops to do their jobs instead of blowing me off. It was fucking stupid. Now it's documented on my Facebook when these events happened. But it's getting somebody to actually look at that shit when they're busy going, all right, well, he's obviously guilty, so I'm just going to go through and find the stuff that I can use to slander his name and twist it into something that it's not. Dan Fabric can kiss my ass. I owe it to him to take his verbal abuse because he gave me money? No, I don't. I don't owe it to you to take your fucking abuse. Shannon keeps wanting to bring up Dan Fabric. Dan Fabric, he gave you money, so it means he cares. No, he didn't care to listen. Just like Shannon Alvarado did not care to listen. She cares to talk. That's why they're supposed to be professionals to deal with this. People like Jeff Ritter and Kara Heller, who could not do their fucking jobs, who could not keep their words. I went to my friends for help. I went to the source like an adult. I went to the police like you're supposed to. I went to my friends for support. I got pretty fucking words. And people assuming they know what the fuck is going on. And then they talk over me because their assumptions are more important. Meanwhile, nobody wants to admit they did any wrong except for me. And people say, you blame everything on everybody else. No, I don't. I blame them not understanding on everybody else. If you don't make an effort to understand, that is your fault, not mine. If you say that you will make an effort to understand, and I waste my time trying to get you to understand because you said you would, yes, it is your fault for fucking lying to me. If I waste my time and my money and my gas to get there because you made promises and you didn't keep your word, yes, fuck you. You didn't keep your word. You didn't even try. And while these people were going out of their way to slander my name at every fucking corner, which resulted in multiple assaults, you guys didn't make an effort. You made excuse after fucking excuse. Well, I can't do this at the Van Nuys fucking police department because blah, blah, fucking blah. Bitch, you saw the shit with that bitch. With that Kara Johnson woman. You were aware that that was fucking going on. If these people can do this across jurisdiction, then so can you. If they won't let you, but they will let them, then there is a conflict of interest there. And it needs to be brought up to a higher fucking court. But they have done everything they can to suppress evidence and prevent me from being able to get to a higher court. They kept me so busy going from one goddamn court date to another that I couldn't stop and requisition that shit. I didn't have the money to stop and requisition that shit. And you want to be angry because I said you're an alcoholic because you're an alcoholic. You want to be angry because I said you yelled at me for 45 minutes before I yelled at you back. You want to be angry because I called you an asshole. You want to be angry because I called you a whore. You want to be angry because I called you a liar. I told the truth, Rick McCormick, you rotten piece of shit. You are a piece of shit. At this point, you have gone out of your way to be a complete piece of shit to me. and a piece of shit to Shannon for being willing to listen to me. Although she's not. She tries, but the alcohol gets in the way. You going out of your way to treat me completely like shit and not listen to what I had to say. Lie to me outright. Fuck you, Rick. Fuck you, Dan. Shannon, you're okay. I understand your situation. I understand your frustration. Fuck you, Lana. You're a whore. Fuck you, Amanda. You're a whore. Fuck you, Jerry. You're a dumb whore. Fuck you, Shelly. You're a liar and a fucking coward. Natalie was wrong about you. No wonder she fucking had somebody blow her goddamn head off. Trusting people like you? Yeah, it makes me want to blow my goddamn head off too, Shelly. And Danica, you and Ted, shit, I got screenshots of the shit that Ted had to say about you. He called you a lying whore. How does that feel, Shelly? Or Danica, my apologies. Rose, I know too much about your situation. My brother stuck his dick in you. That's pretty fucking gross. I get that he's my brother and I shouldn't talk shit, but yeah, that's pretty fucking gross. He goes bare dick and everything. And for the most part, he sticks to heroin whores. I wouldn't put him past him to put his dick in both of your daughters. And he might have. But he's not going to get them their heroin. There were two different women named Ashley who were addicted to heroin that my brother dated. It's not really dating. It was more like they'd get fucked up and he'd fuck them. But they're the ones that are horny. They're the ones that want it. So it's okay, right? I don't have nice things to say for a reason. Your unwillingness to deal with this like adults, to play childish head fucking games, to go out of your way not to look at the truth, despite the fact that I made every effort to fucking show you. Going out of your way to play fucking victim, you stupid whores. I do hope Alicia ends up ugly as fuck. I hope that heroin eats her and she picks her goddamn face off like a meth head. And yes, Alicia is into meth, heroin, and cocaine. Rose chose abusive assholes over her own children. She chose chemicals over her own children. Yes, I'm going to judge the dumb whore for that.